Hey yogis, I want to bring us through another whole body flow, but because this is drop back month, I am going to spend just a few minutes toward the end, as I've been doing, breaking down drop back, hopefully in a new way today. So with that in mind, I do want to get into the hip flexors, the chest, and the shoulders a little bit. So I really find that the more you can bring the back bend up into your shoulders, the less responsibility your lower back has, because we all have a tendency, I think, to kind of overtax the low back with these back bends. So I want to avoid that. So whether or not you're doing drop back, I think you'll benefit from this class. Let's come on into a seated position. Closing eyes, bringing awareness to land right on the breath. As you exhale, let the exhale be complete. Inhale, imagine bringing energy from the crown of your head, filling yourself up like a pitcher. As you exhale, energy moves from the ground all the way upward. And we'll stay with that, breathing almost cosmic energy inward, filling up with it. And then exhale, putting our own imprint on it, but sharing it upward. A few more cycles of breath. Everything is soft as can be, except perhaps the abdomen or even the root lock. Today, let's take the right hand to the belly and the left hand to the heart. This is the symbolic way we will mark our sankalpa, our intention today. So take a moment for yourself. Set some intention that is arising for you. I'll share one, which is that, we can always be dipping into our own radiance, sharing it, breathing it in. Go ahead and make yours yours. On an inhale, get the arms really nice and wide. Flip the palms to face up. Reach above you. Gaze up. And pull the prayer into the center line. Do that again. Arms go really wide. Breathe the heart open. Reach up. Even back bending if you like. And then exhale, prayer pulls through the heart. Last time, even wider now. Arms go almost behind you. Breathe the front ribs open, reaching up. And then hands through the center line. Take a twist to your right. Look over right shoulder. And a twist to your left. And then back at center. Let's tip over to one side. Top arm reaches up. And then behind you, you can draw the hand behind your head. Use this as a chance to open the tricep through the shoulder. Both shoulders on the back, breathing big. Through center, up and over to the other side. Same thing, top hand behind your head, lean back, way back, open the heart. and then back through the center. Let's come on into all fours. Wag the tail left and right. Extend the right leg, keep the toes underneath as you rock a few times, stretch the calf. Sweep that foot farther left, look over, make a side body opening. And we'll sweep it to the right, step it outside that right hand, sink the hips forward, let the heart be light. You might come onto blocks, you don't have to. You might even come onto the thigh. Let's be passive a little while, just gently opening this left side hip flexor. And then plant your hands, straighten out a few times. Spreading through the toes and fingers, feel every part of you. And then step it back, all fours. Extend the left leg long, keep those toes tucked and rock a few times. You can even push that right knee up. All right, sweep that foot way off to the right, look over your shoulder, big side body opening. And then send it to the left, out in front or to the side of that left hand. Hips move forward, lift your chest. You can even climb up if you like. Plant your hands and straighten the leg a few times. We'll spread through the toes quite a lot, feeling every piece of you. And then this time, let's step it right into downward facing dog. You can bend into each knee. You can almost shrug through the shoulders, push the blades up, and then relax them down. Do that a few times. Slide the right leg out high behind, spread the toes. Place that foot outside right hand, lift the chest. Step the left foot outside left hand, find Malasana, hands to heart. But we're not gonna stay. I wanna work the booty a little bit, so we're gonna just reach up all the way to stand, squeeze the seat at the top, and then come down all the way to Malasana, squat style. Let's just do that 3 more times, reaching up. Squeeze at the top. You can lock thumbs, take the arms back. And Malasana. Go ahead, twice more. Plant your hands and hop to a forward fold. Totally cool to keep the knees soft, especially in this first round. Head is heavy. I like to alternate straightening. Come on up to flat back. Exhale, hands to the hips. Stand all the way up. Baby back bend here. And a neutral spine. Let's get Tadasana. Join the feet together. Establish steadiness. Get empty. Take the arms extra wide today. Palms face up. Open the heart. Look up. Keep a little back bend as you take a slow dive down. Totally okay to soften the knees. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step or leap your way back to plank and then lower, however it is you do. It could be knees and chest, could be to the ground, lifting for cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Connecting. You can rock hips side to side. Slide the left leg high, spread those toes. Step this foot outside, left hand, lift your heart. Right foot outside, right hand, take it low, malasana. And this time try pointing the toes a little bit forward. You're going to squeeze the heels toward each other. Lock the thumbs as you stand all the way up. Reach high, arms back, squeeze the seat. You can even lift your heels. And then come back down, malasana. Let's do it 3 more times. Go ahead. Malasana. Plant your hands. You can leap into forward fold. So if you want to, you could even sort of clap your feet up in the air, catch some hang time. And then land. Feet can be hips distance. Let's hang out for a little while, grabbing hold of the elbows. Straightening a leg at a time, reaching for the floor. Up to flat back, hands to the hips, lead with your heart, come all the way up, take a back bend, squeeze the seat, send the hips forward, heart up and back. Exhale, neutral, Tadasana. Let's establish the steadiness again, get the feet together. Get empty. Arms go extra wide, opening the heart and shoulders today. Look up or back. And exhale, swan dive down. Flat back. Exhale, step or leap your way back to plank and then lower. One flat board or chaturanga. Lifting for heart opener. Moving into downward facing dog. And get to savor it there. Sweep the right leg high, spread your toes, bend your knee, point it way off to the left as you point your heart to the right. Let's breathe big. Push the arms longer. Step this foot between your hands, slightly off to the right. Lift through the chest first, and then come all the way up to high lunge. Taking your elbows, reach up, and then over to the right. Turn it into peaceful warrior, any arm variation you love. Straighten the right leg. Let's reach all the way up, parallel through feet. Take a swan dive down. Flat back, Fold all the way for wide-legged fold. Come on up to flat back. I invite you into headstand, any way you'd like to get there. Could be headstand prep or headstand at the wall. Floating up if possible. Might even keep a straddle. How slowly can you lower? Come on up to flat. Left toes come way in, right toes point out or to the top. Let's build triangle this way. I love to peel it open. You can come up as high as you need. Let's barely put any weight on the bottom fingers. Shoulders draw down away from ears as you look up. So broad across your wingspan. Let's get a little heat today. Put a deep bend in this right knee. You can adjust your stance if you need to. Hold the moon just beyond your head. Okay. Pushing earth. Keep the heart open and point it into the middle of the room. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay with it. 1. Look down. Plant hands. And step into downward facing dog. And then wave through vinyasa. You might hover that right leg to do it. Downward dog. If you're very open, okay, and only if it causes no pain, you might lengthen the arms and then bring your forehead or head toward the ground. And then back to integrity, sweep the left leg high. Really spread through toes today. Open up, bend the knee. Point it right as your heart tips left. Extra long through arms. Love it. Place this left foot between your hands, just to the left a little bit. Lift through the heart first, and then stand all the way up for high lunge. Taking your elbows, tipping up, and then to the left. Strong foundation, moldable upper body. Through center, let's take this right to peaceful warrior, any arm variation. Got the room at 70 degrees today. I'm feeling a sweat already. Straightening left leg, reaching up, parallel through feet. Let's release the arms, interlace the fingers. Never missing an opportunity for the rotator cuffs. Lift your heart and fold into it. Let the hands come to flat back. An opportunity to get upside down again. Take any inversion that's speaking to you. I've got the wall right in front of me, so I'm probably going to do a forearm stand with a little hollow back, just with the intention of opening the chest and shoulders. So I'll cue that as I go in. Elbows down. Tippy toes, I'm going to do a little one-legged float up by lifting the right leg, get that hip way up there and forward. At some point it goes forward enough that the rest of you tips up, maybe. Okay, feel free to use a wall. Get long through the armpits. Send the chest and shoulders, chest and head through. And look up toward your navel and pull the knees in. And then coming down, perhaps as you came in. Flatten the back. Right toes in, left toes point to the front. Let's create our triangle. I love this feeling of peeling the right side body open. If it helps you, come up a little higher. Either way, barely any weight on the bottom fingers. Big wingspan. As you look up, breathe slow. Okay, getting a little core action today. Put a deep bend in that left knee and headed to side angle, so you might lengthen the stance. When you're ready for it, hold the moon out in front of your head. If you can, keep pointing the heart to the right. Stay with it for 5, 4, 3. Keep turning the heart. 2, arms and shoulders back. Last breath cycle in and out. And then roll the hands down. Step to downward dog. And then right into flow. Maybe you hover that left leg as you go. Upward dog or cobra. Downward dog. This is a great time for knees down puppy pose. Now, if you want a little extra for it today, get some blocks or bolster type of thing. Get your elbows up there. Hips or sits bones stay high. Trying to press the chest through the arms. All right, and pull on out of it. Sit right down on your heels, flip the palms to face up, settle like you're meditating. High onto knees. You might have guessed it. Let's take a camel today. So, squeeze the seat, send it forward, lift your heart. If this is enough, it's enough. You could even be pressing your sacrum down a little bit. And when and if you're ready, tip it back, lift the heart. And then come all the way up, sit it down, reach it forward, child's pose. Walk hands to one side. And the other. And then back to downward facing dog. Slide the right leg out high, spread the toes. Place this foot outside right hand, heart forward. Left foot outside left hand, sink in Malasana. Right away though, arm tucks in front of that right shin. It's open wide or take a bind. If you can reach left wrist, that's what we're going for. Strong Mula Bandha, but the heart is so malleable. Look behind. Slow the breath. Through center. Tuck in front of that left shin. Open the arms. Maybe you catch a bind at the right wrist or hand. Okay, strong at the root. Open heart, look behind you. Thinking of your intention as you breathe. Open it. Back at center. Squeeze the feet toward each other. Even point the toes forward if possible. Okay, locking thumbs. Stand all the way up. You can lift heels if you want. Squeeze the seat. Heart goes forward. Arms go back. Malasana. 3 more. Go for it. Malasana, then plant the hands. I'll invite you into crow today, just for a little heat. Knees up really high. Heart stays light, gaze shifts forward. Lift one set of toes or both. Squeeze it nice and tight. Push the earth, even imagine hands moving toward each other. I'm counting 10 in my head. Not breaths, just count. And then step it out, shoot it out, float it out. Do what you do. All the way through flow. Ultimately, downward facing dog. Sweep the right leg high. Open that knee up. Let it drift left as your heart drifts back and right. And then only if it feels appropriate, you might flip it over, take wild thing, or wheel. Roll it over. Step the right foot to the top of the mat. Once again, lift the heart, take it up to high lunge. Take your elbows. Right hand behind the left leg, left arm reaching up. Okay, so we can stay tall if you're, I'm actually feeling this in my low back today, so I'm gonna be just mindful of it. I'm gonna focus on the lift of the heart instead of the back bend. On an exhale, tip this forward. Hug your own right thigh. Look at the left toes. Set the back heel down. Come on up to peaceful warrior again. Any version that will make your body happy. I'm going really into side body right now more than back bend because I feel like I haven't gotten that, but I've definitely gotten the back bend already. And straighten the right leg, reaching up, point the toes out, take a dive down. Okay, bending into one knee. And then up and over to the other. Next time I'm over at the right, I'm actually going to sit all the way down, lift the left toes. Right arm in front of that right shin, left arm reaches up and over. And then take it down. Left hand grabs the right shin, right arm reaches up and over so you can lay down your leg. This can be as much about the arms and shoulders as you want it to be. You play with your angle. Right now, a full breath into the right side ribs is giving me a stretch. And then come on up, plant the right hand, right ankle over left ankle, or side plank. Left hand wants to grab the right arm. Yours may or may not. Do you? Okay, we'll have to do the other side next. For now, roll the hands down. Plank pose, optional vinyasa, otherwise take it in to downward facing dog. Sweep the left leg high. Bend the knee, open it up. Press the heart way back and to the left. Toes drift to the right. Only if it feels appropriate, step that foot down, give yourself a wild thing. Some of you will take that to wheel. Never needed. And roll it over. That left foot will step to the top of the mat. Heart lifting. Get ourselves up into high lunge. Taking hold of the elbows, tipping it over. Sliding left hand down the right leg, right arm up and back. And same thing, I don't feel my back right now, but just in case, I'm just gonna focus on lifting the heart and getting open through that right shoulder. Turn this in. Oh, actually, we'll tilt it forward. Wrap the left leg. Look back at your toes. Tuck the chin. Set the back heel down. Climb up for peaceful warrior. Same thing if you want to. Could be really emphasizing the side body today. It's up to you though. Straightening left leg, reach it upward, parallel through feet. And then take a dive down. Point the toes out. Shift into one side. And up and over to the other. Explore both sides. And then you'll land over at the left side, sit it all the way down, grab your shin or take your arm out in front of it, kind of like we do for Malasana. Right arm reaching up and over, kind of an awkward little side body stretch. Trying to keep the heart open. And then tip it the other way. Right hand can grab your shin like an anchor. Left arm reaches up and over. It can be about the leg, it can be about the side body, it can even be about the chest and shoulders. So explore, emphasize wherever you need it. And then come up, plant your left hand. You're going to lift your seat and step the left ankle around the right, finding a side plank. Maybe that right hand can grab the left arm somewhere. And then roll it down into plank pose. Inhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. I want to send the knees forward, the heels outside the hips. So try sitting down. You might want to block in between your heels to make this possible. For some of you, you're going to stay upright. Okay. Acclimate. Others will feel comfortable tipping it back in stages. If that's you, go ahead. Be sure the knees are pretty close together. It could be like fish, or it can be a total reclining, grabbing elbows. And let the breathing slow. Okay, if you're reclined, come up in stages, supportively. Coming all the way up, hands and knees, then you can extend one leg at a time. Okay, so I'm going to move this into a back bending practice. Like I said, I'm going to emphasize the front body today, but we will eventually do drop back. And then instead of focusing on the drop back, which I think a lot of you are getting with the help of the wall, you kind of at least know what needs to be done. I'm going to spend a little extra time on standing up today. So first things first, I'm going to get up against the wall just like we did last time. I think this is so useful. Actually, I'll take a chair today. Let's make it a little different. I'm going to grip the sides of the chair. And it's essentially like a puppy, just letting the heart melt down. Palms facing each other so that I really get the outer edges of the arms. Or, actually this is feeling better for me today. I'm going to just take the palms down and do anything that's feeling right for you. And then press up. Okay. Remove the prop. Take any rest you might need to. Now I'm going to do a warm-up wheel. This one, it's called a shoulder pull, and all that means is that I'm going to actually be pushing through my shoulders. So really emphasizing again this chest and shoulder opening. Join me if you like. And then tucking chin, slowly come down, hug the knees in. Give yourself rest. Rolling up. So feel free to take another warm-up back bend if you like. I'm going to move right into the drop back, but today I'm going to demonstrate on a chair. Really important. The chair is on a really sticky mat, so I'm confident that it's not going to slide. Do whatever is making you comfortable. I love to do the side body first and just kind of wiggle your way in if appropriate and if you trust it. Okay, or you could be on the wall. My heels lifted, I noticed. I'm okay with that. And then coming all the way down at first. Taking full rest in between. I'm going to actually get a forward fold. In forward fold, I'm allowing my toes to splay outward because I notice that this is the part of my body that I'm working most, that outer edge of the hip at the IT band and all the way up into the outer glutes. Okay, this time, once again, this is only if you trust it. Maybe a sofa is better than a chair. I'm going to do the same thing, opposite side, come into the wheel. Then I'm going to use the chair, kind of gingerly, testing it as I climb up. I'm going to use it to stand back up. Okay, save some juice if you can, because we'll do one more after that, I think. Then, using hands on the chair, pushing through legs and arms, rocking weight forward to stand all the way up. Let's get a counter move. Forward fold is nice, or Baddha Konasana, or kind of Tarasana legs, like a diamond shape. All right, climbing up. So now I'm going to speak to you who do the stand up, but you're feeling like yours is quote unquote ugly. Like it's lopsided, you lean to one side first, your feet are way out, the toes are way out. I'll just tell you something. That's how it starts. That's all. That's how it starts. And you take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Here's my advice. Let it be as ugly as it needs to be. You're conquering the move. Then each time you do it, and maybe it's only once or twice a week, aim for a very small degree of improvement. And next thing you know, if you stay with it long enough, it will get more and more beautiful, better and better aligned. Okay, so I'm going to do it one more time. This time I think I'll just drop back and stand up. And because my feet splay out quite a lot, I'm going to be working on taking my feet closer together and pointing the toes forward, unless my back doesn't like that. And if my back doesn't like that, I'm going to make it as ugly as it needs to be to feel good in my body, because I trust my body. A lot of you said squeezing the seat and sending it forward helps you. That is awesome. For me, it feels just a touch unnatural. So my butt likes to jut out. The reason I mentioned both alignments is because each one of us is going to be different. I just so encourage you to just trust what your body's telling you to do. Okay, rocking is fine, remember? Rolling onto the inside edges of the feet is super natural, by the way. Let's get a final counter. I'm going to cross one leg in front of the other. Could even be a Gomukhasana moment, knee on knee. And switching legs. Something divine about that. I could have stayed longer. The last shape, I don't want you to lose the middle split that you may have built or gotten close to last month. So let's take something either wide-legged or frog-shaped, knees wide. Go for it. And then we'll climb up. Of course, taking any last shape that will make your body happy. But I'm headed into Shavasana. Maybe a couple of recline twists first. One way. And the other. And all the way in for comfort. I'm so glad you're here, yogi. Let's take up some space. Give ourselves this gift of nothing to do but rest. Let's come on back to deeper breath, movement. Come on up. I invite you to join me in a single minute of seated silence. So glad you are here. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Namaste.